Most people feel constant anxiety about money, even when they're working hard and doing their best. You save a little, but inflation quietly eats it away, and waiting for the perfect moment keeps pushing progress further out of reach. Over time, it starts to feel like no matter how much effort you put in, wealth always stays just one step ahead. Society constantly tells us that wealth comes from fast moves, flashy lifestyles, and being in the right trend at the right time. Social media makes it look like everyone else figured it out overnight, while you're falling behind. The truth is, quiet and boring wealth building doesn't look exciting, so almost no one talks about it. The biggest risk with money isn't always losing it, it's losing time. Years can pass while you feel safe, but inflation keeps moving and opportunities quietly disappear. One day, regret shows up, and you realize doing nothing was far more expensive than making small imperfect moves. What if the reason you're not wealthy isn't your income, but the small choices you make every single day? I'm Ethan, and welcome to Ethan's Money Library, where we build wealth one book at a time. Today, we're breaking down The Millionaire Next Door, a book that proves ordinary people can quietly build extraordinary wealth if they're patient and intentional. Most people think wealth has to look loud. Fancy cars, big houses, designer everything. But real wealth is usually quiet, almost invisible. Millionaires next door often look ordinary because their money is working silently behind the scenes. Saving $300 a month doesn't feel exciting, but that's $3,600 a year, and over 20 years, that kind of consistency builds real momentum. Wealth grows the same way muscles do, slow reps, repeated over time. Trying to look rich often leads to stress, debt, and constant money fights. Actually being rich brings peace, fewer arguments, and confidence about the future. As Warren Buffett said, spend what's left after saving because boring discipline beats flashy shortcuts every time. Cheap purchases feel smart in the moment, but they quietly drain your money over time. Many people don't notice the cost because it comes in small, repeated losses. This is where wealth quietly slips away. Buying cheap often means buying twice. Replacing a $40 item every year quietly costs more than a one-time quality purchase. Wealth grows when patience replaces impulse. Think of cheap buys like leaky shoes on a long journey. They seem fine at first, but every step becomes uncomfortable and distracting. As Warren Buffett said, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Most people think earning more money will solve everything, but the truth is, plenty of high earners are still living paycheck to paycheck. Income helps, but behavior decides whether wealth actually grows. Here's something powerful: keeping 20% of what you earn beats making 20% more and spending it all. Discipline quietly builds freedom over time. Wealth grows when spending is intentional, not emotional. A raise without restraint is like pouring water into a leaking bucket. More money doesn't help if it escapes just as fast. As Thoreau said, wealth is really the ability to fully experience life. Most people think wealth comes from perfect timing, buying at the bottom, selling at the top. But the truth is, almost no one gets that right consistently. Real investors win by showing up again and again, even when it feels boring. Investing just $100 every month may not feel exciting, but over time, that steady habit quietly beats someone who throws in $1,200 randomly and hopes for luck. Consistency turns time into your greatest ally. Think of investing like brushing your teeth: simple, automatic, and not exciting at all. But skip it long enough and the damage shows. Stick with the habit, and one day you realize you've built freedom without stress. Let's recap. Wealth is quiet. Habits matter more than income. Consistency beats perfect timing. And cheap choices, they often cost the most in the long run. You don't need to look rich to become wealthy, you need discipline, patience, and direction. If this message helped you, like the video, subscribe for more lessons that actually build wealth, and share this with someone who needs it. Now tell me in the comments what's one cheap buy you regret, and what habit will you change after today? Thanks for being part of Ethan's Money Library, building wealth one book at a time. Build quietly today so tomorrow can be loud with freedom.